Tonight is 1947, 1,947 years since the Torah Maariv. Some communities have a minute that when they do the Sudat Tisha B'Av right before it, coming in tonight, that every person that sit on the floor should recount. Now it's 1,947 years. On one level, it's very difficult to have the day of Tisha B'Av when we know that Yerushalayim, Baruch Hashem, is teeming with birthright groups, and NCSY, and Eicha, and Young Judea, every youth group, BBYO, and the summer tours. And we know that there are tourists from all walks of life, Jews and non-Jews alike, who come to the Holy Land, the Holy City, in order to be a part of it, to be there, to experience it. On another level, we don't have to look deep into history to find the idea that Ad Yom Hazeh, until today, there are those who would wish us away from that holy place that every Jew is davening about every time we eat a morsel of bread. Every time we stand in front of God, this is every day of our entire lives. You just opened the news today, yesterday, Times of Israel. Jordan's king says Amman preventing the Judaization of holy sites in Jerusalem. Prime Minister Netanyahu was wanted to say just a couple of years ago when this came up, this business of Judaizing Jerusalem. You wouldn't say that someone is trying to Americanize Washington or Anglicizing England. The place is Judaized because the place is called Judea. That's why we're called Jews. We're from Judea. That's how we got the name. And to recognize this and to know what's gone on in the last few weeks, last few days in Yerushalayim, is to appreciate that we still have more than a ways to go. I had the privilege of meeting Yehuda Glick just in the winter and again in May. So Yehuda Glick, as you know, is a walking miracle. He shouldn't be alive. He was hit 4 times in the chest by an assassin who shot him outside of the bathing center in Yerushalayim. Miraculously survived. He's a member of Knesset, and he's on a quest, on a campaign. We shouldn't speak about how proud we are that we have the remnant of the temple, the holy wall, western wall. We actually have the entirety of the Temple Mount. The whole thing is right there. You can look at it. We have the Har Bayit. We can see the Har Bayit. And we know that we're also, in a certain sense, still very far away from where we need to be, the hopes and dreams of the Jewish people. Tonight is the night of the Seder. It's a few months ago, it was the night of the Seder. It's always the first night of the first Seder, is the night of Tisha B'Av. And they play off each other. If the night of the Seder is the story of our redemption, and needing to tell the story of our redemption, God's hand in it, so this is the Seder to talk about Galut, instead of Geulah, of exile. And to appreciate, and I say each year, the degree to which we are the standard bearers of that history. Museums will come and go, obelisks will be built and will crumble, books will remain on shelves and become dusty, Websites will fall into disarray and be subject to all sorts of challenge and issues. We are the standard bearers of memory. We who are Jewishly educated, we who care. And we show that care not only by fasting, but also trying to connect to Jewish history. The story is told of an Italian couple that wasn't getting along. They lived in Venice. She went home to her parents in Florence, and he said he's going to go traveling. They made an agreement. Every week he'll send her a letter to the parents' house. She goes home. A week goes by, and she gets a letter. It's postmarked Hamburg, Germany. The postcard says, I don't know how to tell you this. We had a wonderful marriage. We're having a great time in Hamburg. You understand what I mean? A week goes by, postmarked Paris. Says, now I came to Paris. It's even better in Paris. Never mind Hamburg. Every single week, another postcard. The parents finally say to the woman, listen, the writing's on the wall. It's not good. Go back home to Venice. Back up. She makes the trip back home. She comes to the house. She comes inside. She sees the furniture in the front room, the paintings on the wall, the decorations that is newlyweds they put up. She's wistful about it. She's going to the bedroom to pack the bag to leave. And just then, she sees that there's light on the floor splashing out of her husband's study. She goes very quietly to the doorway. And she looks and she sees that he's hunched over the desk, the little desk lamp, and he's sitting there and he's writing a postcard. The floorboard creaks. He looks up behind his right shoulder, up at her, the two of them looking at each other. She says, what are you doing here? He says, do you think I ever left this place? I was hoping if I write you enough letters, eventually you'll come back home. So I had friends who were traveling to all these places for business, made an arrangement. They'd mail a postcard each week from a different place. Reb Shlomo told this story years ago on Har Zion, the week after Tisha B'Av. He said, the Almighty's been sending us letters for a long time. He sent us letters to Babylonia. He sent us letters to Assyria. He sent us letters throughout our exile, to Tunisia and Morocco, to Paris and London, to Madrid, to various places across the globe, to Siberia. There's postmarks even from places, names never been heard before, Treblinka and Majdanek and Auschwitz. And then 50 years ago, we came back home. We came back to the place. Chazal say that actually the Almighty, the presence of the Almighty, in one sense, went to Golos with the Jewish people, went to exile. In another sense, he never left Yerushalayim. The divine presence never left the Kotel HaMaarav, the western wall. And that's why we've always gone back to the closest place we can get to the Kodesh Kodeshim. If you want to see the first letter that we ever got, it was actually, believe it or not, postmarked Yerushalayim, just at the time of the first exile. We're holding it in our hands. It's on page 22. The first letter was from the world of Ketuvim, not Nevi'im, even though it's written by Yirmiyahu as a Navi. The distinction is a Navi, and he gave Nevuah, spoke, or she gave Nevuah was speaking, and then they wrote down later. Ketuvim means that it went straight to the written form first, and then had to be read aloud by the recipients. What we're going to see tonight, beginnings of the Eicha 5 chapters and a few of the chapters of Kinnot, the Lamentations. It's just the beginning of the letters. And we have the letters throughout all of Jewish history, and so we'll be doing tomorrow, the explanatory service, is trying each little fragment to see the letters that we heard from this place and that. And then finally, now we're actually in the place, mamash within sight of the Har Bayit. We have to recognize what a great bracha we have, and at the same time, what a long distance and journey we have yet to traverse. And that's what this night is about in these days. You also should have a proper kiyum of this. You should be able to say with full conviction tomorrow morning, the hope of ages, the prayer of ages. The prayer for us, God willing, until the time of the end of all Tzedek. Begin now the first of the letters. Megilat on page 22. Eicha yasheva vada Ha'ir rabati am Hayeta ke'amana Rabati vagoyi Sarati vamdinot Haita lamas Vachot yivke balayla V'dimata alecheya Ein lach menachem mikol havea Koreyeha b'gduva Hayula le'oyevim Galeta Yehuda meoni U'me'ov avoda Hi yashva v'goyim Lo matzah ma'anoa Korofea yisiguha Ben hametzarim Darchei Tzion Avelot Mibli ba'imoei Kol she'arecha shomemin Kohaneha ne'enachim Betuloteh nugot V'himar la Hayu tzareha lerosh Oyeveha shalu Ki Adonai huga Al rov psha'eha Ola leha Halechu shvihi B'fnei tzar V'yetzei bat Zion Kol hadara Hayu zareha Ke'ayalim lo matzu mir'eh Vayelchu v'lochoach Lifnei rodei Zachra Yerushalayim Yimei onya umrudeha Kol machamudeha Asher hayu miyimei kedem B'nefol amav yatzar V'yein ozer la Rabu hatzarim Sachaku al mishpateha Chet chada Yerushalayim Al kein l'nida hayata Kol mechabdeha hiziluha Ki rabu ervata Gam hinencha Vatashov achor Tumatach besuleh Lo zachra charita Vateret playim Hein menachem la Re'ei Adonai Edoni Ki higdil oyev Yado paras tzar Al kol machamadeh Ki rata goyim ba'u miktasha Asher tzivita V'yavo v'kahal Kol aman enachim mevakshim lechem Natu machamadeihem Be'ochel hashiv nafesh Ri'ei Adonai v'habita Ki hayiti soleila Lo aleichem kol rei derech Habitu uru Im yesh machov kemachovi Asher olam li Asher hoga Adonai B'yom chaver apo Mimaro Shalach eish be'atzmotai Vahirdena Paras reshet l'raglai Yeshivani achor Netanani shomema Kol hayom da'ava Mizgad Oh, Beshai v'yad b'yado Yistarebu Alu al savari Yichshiu kochi Netanani Adonai B'dei Ochalku Silah v'lavirai Adonai B'kirbi Kara alai Mo'eh Ishbor lachurai Gad darach Adonai V'tulah bat Yehuda Al eile ani vochia Eini yordamayim Kirachak mimeni Menachem Yishiv nafshi. Hayu vanai shomenim ki gavar uye. Erzat Zion biyadeh ein menachem la tziva Adonai liYaakov tzivah tzara hayda Yerushalayim linida b'neihem tzadiku Adonai kifilu mariti shemoneh kol ha'amim uru machovi betulot hayu v'churai halchu v'shevi karati lame'ahavai marimuni kohanai uzukenai ba'ir gavahu kivikshu ochel lamo v'yashivu et nafsham Re'ei Adonai kitzar li me'aychol marmaru nepach libi b'kirbi kimaro ma'ariti mechutz shikla cherev b'bayit kamavet shamu ki nenachani ein menachem li oy vay shamurati sasu Kiyata asita Heveita yom karata v'yuchamoni Tavo choratam lefanecha ve'olel lamo Asher ola'alta li yalkot b'shai Ki rabot anchotai V'libi davai
Adonai Yisrael, Ishli Yishamayim Eretz Yisrael, V'zachar Adon Ragav V'yom Viva Adonai L'Ochama, Eis Kolos Yaakov, Torah Sevoso, esrei vasiduga, Yavaretz, Pilel Malachat V'Sorgema, Vazal V'Foria, Kol Ker Yisrael, Yeshivo for Kinot V'Esrei, Vayidar V'Yaakov Keish Nehama Achilah Sofi, Torah Pashto Pilge, Kitzar Kinot Kitzar, Vayavro, Ma'amade Ahadi, the Oho Mastio, Shabbat Vadish, Hamoso, Adonai, Keogei Tila Yisrael, Tila for yourself, she pays Yitzhak. Vayeret v'asivka, Zandia v'andia. Vayachos kagan suko, Shifei sporado. Shita Adonai, V'Tzion loy b'Shabbat. Vayhatzizam ha'kol melech v'toeh. Sana Adonai, Yizvito yirikosho. Yisir Yaruye, Komos, Oh, Masu, they said no, Kiyomoe, Shamadoi, Lashis, Komas, Hatzion, Nato, Ishiodo, Vaya, Vaya, Del Koma, Yakobuma, Zavu Ba'aretz She'areha, V'Adishimar V'Echa, Malka V'Sareha V'Agoyim Eitoka, Gam V'Yeha, Lo Matzu Chazon Li'Adonai, Yeshavu La'aretz Yidu Ziknei V'Asilon, Elu Afar Al Roshan Al Yerushalayim, Horidu la'aretz roshan, v'sulos Yerushalayim. Olu magmos einai, homaru me'ai, Mishpat la'aretz v'beiti, al she'er basmi. Ve'yotzei golel v'yonei, v'irkovo v'skirda. Limosam yoru ma'yei, v'anvayai. These artifacts that allow the Kobos to hear. We shall take Lashon, we'll take Losam. Ma'anidei Ma'anamela. Havas Yerushalayim. Ma'ashelach Ma'anachamei. V'sumas Asiyom. We don't know Hayam. Shivrei Yirkama. Midya, Chazulach, Shavisafel, Will you Amalei, Vashi, say, I get this above, Maslos, Shah, Maduti. So, through Allah, Yitapahi, Polo, Zayara, Shariku, Mayamu, Rosham, Allah, Sirushahi, Hazos, Hagi. She on the roof in the Masilpi, lost those with forest. To Allah, if he had, oh, if I give, shall remove by a shame on the roof, undo. I've said, I own, checking you, what's on running. Asa Adonai Asher Zamah. Yitzhak Vaso, Asher Tzivah Mekedem, Oras Velochamo. Vaysamach Alai Choyei, Evrim Keren Sorah Bamir. Za'ak Liva Madem Adonai, Chomas Bastion. Rikana Kadipah, Yomam Halayla. Altiti Kugasla, Altio Masrei, Kumi, Romi Balai, Rose, Ashu Rose, Shikli Hamai, Vivei, Loha, Beneagunoi, Sigi, Elakamai, Aleve Olai, what you figure out. Pray Adonai v'habitam b'mi yol alzato. Yitzchal manashim kiryam odelei tzivuchi yehorei v'nigash Adonai rohim v'davi. La'aretz utzos nar v'zakeim v'suosai v'achurai nafelu v'charev. Orata b'yom ha'techa, Zavata l'chamalcha, Yikra, Yom bo'ei v'durai misaviv, V'lo v'yah Muhammad Eloi, Havit v'sarid, Asher tipati v'rivisi, O Yipri Chilam.
אני הגדר רומי וששת פרסו עושים נוהג ויאמר שלושה דברות אחיו יהושע יהפוך ידו כל היום מילות שרי ואורי שיבת מוסוי ונאולי ויקף ותשופו Moshai Vesayolon, Odar Bani, Loitzek, Oshri, Gara, Yera Kashodeya, Sosa, Yosi, Odar Roy Yosis, Kisigotoy, Kipado, Oreguli, Ari, Mistabri. There are eyes so there.
Milechet Birchoteinu, Karakitzeinu, Malu Yameinu, Kirakitzeinu, Halim Hayu Rodefeinu, Mishrei Shamayim, Alerim Dilakunu, Bamidabar, Arulanu, Ruach Apeinu, Mashiach Adonai, Bilkad Bishikotam, Asher Amarnu, B'tzilo, Yivnevagoyim, Sisi Simechi Bat Edom, Yoshebet Beretzu, Gamalayim Tabor Kos, Tishkiri V'tikari, Tamavonei Fatzion, Lo Yosif Lahakotei, Bakaravonei Bat Edom, Gilal Fatotrai.
Zevor Adonai Mehayalanu, Avita Ureya Parpateinu, Napateinu Nehepla Nisarim, Pateinu Lenopri, Yetonim Hayinu Beyeinav, Imoteinu Bi'almano, Meneinu Bechesed Shatinu, Eitzeinu Nechir Yavo, Atzavarenu Nirdachnu, Yaganu Belohu Lachmanu, Mitzrayim Natanu Yad, Ashur Lisboa Lachem, Avotenu Katuv Einam, V'anachnu Avotehem Savanu, Avadim Nashnu Banu, Orei Adam, V'nafshenu Navi Lachmeinu, Mipnei Hamidbar, Oreinu Ketanur Nichbaru, Mipnei Zalachorai, Nashim Tetziyaminu, Netulot Be'orei Yehuda, Sarim Be'adam Nidu, B'nei Zekinim V'nedaru, Bachurim Tefal Nasau, Une'arim Ba'etz Hashavu, Zekinim Mish'ar Shabatu, Bachurim Mininatam, Shabbat Nesos Le'libeinu, Ne'ach Le'evel, Ne'choleinu, Nafla Ater Roshenu, Oy no anu, Ikatanu, Alzeh, Hayata Velibeinu, Al-Eile, Nashukureinu, Al-Artzion Sheshamei, Shu'alim, Hilkuvo, Ata Adonai, Le'olam Teshev, Yisachar, L'dor L'dor, Lama Lanetzach, Tishkapeinu, Tazbeinu, Le'orach Yamim, Hashivenu, Adonai, Eicha Menashuva, Kadesh Yameinu, Ki Imanos Me'asanu, Katzach Aleinu,
Hashivenu Adonai Eilecha Menashuva, Kadesh Yameinu,
Adonai Eilecha Menashuva, Kadesh Yameinu.
Continue page 48, is the Torah. Page 54.
Page 58. Shomron Goldi אני חיינה קשתי ולא פוראי כאוהב הגרדי Page 62. On the Chiv and Tzir and Mitzvah Yerushalayim. Rachim Tzion. Tivnei Chamot Yerushalayim. Az B'choteinu. Charot Mikdash. Ulunuteinu. Nisaf Eicha. Ba'aretz K'mulah. Yashra. Mizbei. Mitzvah Shemayim. Nas Kinot. On the Chiv and Tzir and Mitzvah Yerushalayim. Rachim Tzion. Chamot Yerushalayim. V'gam Chachot. Teretz. Yitayagav. Amazon. Yitayagav. Sion with the Yerushalayim, and Sion with the Yerushalayim, and the Rodol, Sion with Spain, Yerushalayim, Sion with Yerushalayim, there's love, Shusaki, Yerushalayim, Rahim. Sarkusam Kisudo, Lasham Hashemesh, Miorayach Gadam, Yisrael Chavi, All of the Bechim Tzion, we spend Yerushalayim Tzion. Very sure, over never, I'll give it all. All of the Bechim Tzion, we spend Yerushalayim. وخاف ترمي أخذوا لمخيم نسبة مايم تيجي نقص التام تنسيان مثل Yerushalayim تنسيان مثل Yerushalayim ما بيفا بكوريا يشان يدك وآخذ مرة لا قبل تلوه قبل يوم كايم الله قبل الخير تسيان مثل Yerushalayim يوم تسيان مثل Yerushalayim مصنعي ويجي تخيل
We turn to page 384, the special Kinnot for the Shoah. So I'm going to say at night as well, Kinnot the Shoah. Additional davening times that are on the schedule, please make note. Tomorrow afternoon at 4:15 is the showing of names, not numbers. It's a great privilege, a great zchut that Lori and I had to be able to be together, the beloved friends, Steve and Ellie Katz, at the debut, the first time they showed the movie just a few months ago in May. It's very important. Very important. Anyone who's here with kids should have opportunities for simchas and good things, but also if you're here tonight and you have children, maybe they're even here joining us tonight, to recognize what unbelievable zchut we have, that tomorrow they're going to show this movie, and that Steve, Baruch Hashem, together with Ellie, Salome Urin, members of our shul, many, many years. What a zchut it is for our shul, for our congregation and community. We need to have this in mind when we're saying a Kinot like this, by the preciousness of members of our community and what some members of our community endured and went through. Just before Kristallnacht, the passing of the great Holocaust historian Yafa Eliach. I'll be speaking a lot about her tomorrow, the explanatory Kinot. She has a beautiful book called Hasidic Tales of the Holocaust. She interviews various people, true that she could have interviewed herself. She's also a survivor. The opening story in the book is about the Bluzhever Rebbe who lost his entire family in the war and had to start again after the war, a new family. He was in the Janowska work camp, and one day they take everyone outside. They have dug two very large pits. And the Nazis, Yamach Shema B'Zichram, tell the people, okay, everybody has to jump over the pit. Bluzhever Rebbe says to Yafa Eliach, this pit was too large for any human being to jump over. They told us whoever doesn't make it to the other side, it's the end. They were standing with the machine guns and already mockingly, jeeringly showing how they're going to shoot everybody. Many, many people died on that day in the Janowska camp. The Bluzhever Rebbe says, I was standing at the edge of the pit next to a friend of mine who was a Freidenker, a free thinker, not a religious man. And he says, Nu Spira, that was Bluzhever Rebbe's last name, let's just go in the pit, we'll just fall in and be done. It's over. We can't jump over this pit, we have no strength, and it's not humanly possible to make the other side. The Bluzhever Rebbe says to the Freidenker, the fellow next to him, hold my hand and close your eyes. He says to Yaf Eliach, I have no idea how it happened. I closed my eyes and I said to the person who I was holding his hand, he was already my friend in the camp, we're jumping, we're jumping, we're jumping. So I opened my eyes and I was on the other side of the pit. And we're still holding hands. The man standing next to the Bluzhever Rebbe says was flabbergasted. He said, how did that happen? The Bluzhever Rebbe said, when I closed my eyes, I thought to myself, I'm holding on to the merit of my forefathers, my zchus avos. I was holding on to the coattails of my father and my grandfather all the way back to the beginning to Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. The Bluzhever Rebbe turns then to the Freidenker and he says to him, that's what I was thinking about when I closed my eyes. That's into that merit, baby. That's how I made it over. But tell me, how did you make it over? The Freidenker said to Rebbe, I was just holding on to you. The story is called Hovering Over the Pit. Klal Yisrael has spent many, many generations hovering over the pit. But in the zchus avos, in the merit of the patriarchs, the gadol, the people, the nation, and even the Zerhan in miniaturized fashion within community. That's how we make it over. Should have this in mind now when we're reciting the beautiful Kinnot above the Rebbe, Zchut Yagena on page 384, and then we're going to conclude the davening with Kadosh and Aleinu Kaddish, etc. We'll announce the davening for tomorrow. Page 384.
Bitte mich schon sorry, Kopf zusammen. Oder it is cool. Sakato, Priotei, it's fucking scary, like it's all for the same. Kosovo is a to me, make sure Shema Yisrael, Nasi Nafsham, Adonai, Adonai, Yeshiva, Midei, Hamone Amrasham. Vidu, Inuyi, Kashim, Harabu, Yadroma, Tmi Lodi, Akim, so Akim, Yelecham, Adama, Vigmada, Benashi, Chayim, Neshama. Sefer Alfim, Midrashot, Hadkes, what's the talk of the Anakilein, Yo, Shulchu, mit Sheikh, Ritzit, Emet, Yo, Sholem, Maariv, Eicha, Yo, Begoyim, Yo, Tzach, Shmayim, Lama, Feil, Yo, esrei Torah, Tzodero, Kinnot, Chol, Mekayim, Torah. Dikim Muskeni, Chassidim, Veik, Emunah, Torah, Yom Galin, Metzel, Hayach, Hazak, Yom Rar, Chem, Shevitei, Ve'nami Shamayim, Lach, Mikdoshi, Yasik, Yosef, Mitzrayim, Vei Beit Kodshein, Rach, Avela, Mechiflayim.
Rachel, Mashiach, Kilo, Hamesam, Shemaye, V'machadon, Pelushim, Kiesek, Yosef, Mitzrayim, Omen, Veit Kodshenu, V'nachamenu, V'chiflayim. Romanu, V'yedilu, Yisyon, V'Yushalayim.
Shemanu lichvodo, v'ivdilanu min ha'tolim, v'natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayu l'amad l'tucheinu, yiftach libeinu Torah t'biyas, libeinu ham t'biyot, v'az t'zinu, v'shalom, malan l'goyik, v'chol tzef nef'al, nizkim nich v'neh v'neh, shlo v'rach, v'yah Adonai tzorim, v'chol v'yishmach l'shach Adonai,
Cottage. The Alamadira here say, Yamlit Mahut say, the Kade, the Yamlit Mahut, the Kobesh Israel, the love to my Korean in the Roman. Shabbos tomorrow morning is at 6 o'clock and at 8 o'clock. Tomorrow is at 12:57. First men come in is at 1.